Today we're going to learn about the tribes of the Northwest. They live way up here in this area, far away from us. We're way over here in the Southeast. The tribes of the Northwest. Many Native American tribes lived on the Northwest coast. The Chinook, the Haida were two of the tribes that lived in the Northwest. Tribes that lived here used the tall cedar trees to build their homes. They also made canoes to help them travel along the rivers. Some tribes made colorful totem poles from trees. Here's a fact. Some people in the Northwest built homes called plank houses. These homes kept them warm during cold months. Do you see the fine-looking totem poles there? I'll tell you more about totem poles as we read further. Life in the Northwest coast. The tribes in the Northwest lived along the coast of the Pacific Ocean. Many different plants and animals also lived along the rainy coast. The people got their food from the land and water. They ate nuts and berries that grew on plants. Some tribes hunted for moose and deer in the forests. Others fished for salmon and shellfish in the ocean and rivers. When it was cold outside, some Northwest people wore shoes called moccasins. Clothes made from deerskin or caribou helped keep them warm. The totem pole carvers. The people of the Northwest were famous for making totem poles. The poles made family histories and showed social importance in the tribes. Poles had birds, animals, or spirits carved on them. It was actually good to be the low man on the totem pole. This meant that your job was to carve the lowest part of the pole. Often the best artist was chosen to carve the bottom of the pole because it was the most visible part. Here are different kinds of totem poles from the Northwest. There is even a picture here of one shaped like a whale. Basket case. Women in the Northwest tribes were skilled basket makers. They wove baskets tight enough to hold water. They made coil baskets, purse baskets, and clam baskets. They also made woven mats and wooden boxes. These tribes believed that nature was a spiritual place. The tribes held ceremonies to show respect for food and weather. The first food ceremony thanked the Creator for their crops. After holding this ceremony in the early spring, the tribes could hunt and gather food. Don't we have a special time when we celebrate a thankfulness for getting all of our food that we need? We do. And that's coming up soon, Thanksgiving. Party time. Northwest Indian families held potlatch parties as a way of showing their importance to the tribe. All the guests received the same gift from the hosts. The gifts could be anything from bracelets to canoes. Sometimes it took a family many years to plan a potlatch. Life in the big house. Northwestern Indians lived in long houses made of red cedar logs. The homes were as large as 60 feet by 150 feet. Multiple families lived in each long house. A specially decorated mat told others where each family assigned living space was located. The outsides of the longhouse were painted and decorated. It rains quite a bit in the Northwest, so these buildings were carefully built to keep out the water. The men rose early to hunt and fish. Boys were taught how to use traps, clubs, and arrows. The women were in charge of cleaning, drying, and cooking the meat and fish. When the Indians harpooned a whale, they used every part of it. Everything from the bones to the blubber was important to the tribe. Life has changed over the years within the American Indian communities, but the value of honoring the family remains strong. Many tribes have preserved their ceremonies so that the traditions of their ancestors will be remembered and respected. Hail the whale! Northwestern Indians would talk to a whale before harpooning it to show respect for the whale. Then the village honored the whale with singing and dancing. They believed the whale allowed itself to die for the Indians. After you watch the video below of the Indians of the Northwest, click the Submit Assignment button and follow these directions. Imagine you are going to build a totem pole to tell about the history, beliefs, and special talents of your family. Describe your family's totem pole. Now you can actually make one using construction paper and paper towel tubes, or you could draw one flat and then roll it up, and then you would still have it to be able to stand up like a pole. When you do, make sure you're thinking about the things that are important to your family. What does your family believe in? What does your family find most important? What are you all really good at? You can put a spot on your totem pole for each one of these things. You can either describe it in a paragraph here, or you might want to hold it up and make a really clear video and tell us all that's in your totem pole. Make sure your light is good and you're speaking clearly so we can see exactly what's on your totem pole as you describe it. I look forward to seeing your totem poles, whether it's described in a paragraph or you're making a fabulous video for us.